I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just follow the flow. I'm taking it
Breakthrough the limit! You're done!
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero finally hits Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on November 14th, bringing its explosive 3D arena battles to handheld form. This version comes with full motion control support, so you can literally swing your Joy-Con to fire off a Kamehameha or launch a rapid combo. The base roster packs over 180 fighters, plus what-if scenarios that twist the story in wild new directions. Custom Battle Mode lets you build dream matchups, and both local and online multiplayer keep the chaos going across 6-player showdowns.
Your energy with me for a spirit bomb!
After years of waiting and a few too many delays, Inazuma 11 Victory Road is finally locking in a new release date, November 13 for both Switch and Switch 2. Level 5 says this extra time is going into polishing up the game, improving the match system and fine-tuning every detail. Voice work and localization are also getting a serious upgrade, with a new option to switch between Japanese and translated names. It's been a long road, but this one's shaping up to be the definitive comeback for the legendary soccer RPG. Going down to number 3, it's Terminator 2D End of Fate, hitting Switch this November, and it's looking mighty fine. This time you play as Sarah and John Connor, tearing side-scrolling action to stop Skynet before humanity gets wiped out. The game mixes iconic Judgment Day moments with totally original missions, and your choices actually matter. Yeah, multiple endings, people. It's tight, fast and brutal, with enemies that will test every reflex. Physical or digital, Bitmap Bureau is making sure day one is flawless. So get ready to dodge bullets, crush Terminators, and maybe even feel like the world's last hope is in your hands. No pressure.
terminated.
Neon Inferno brings pure 90s arcade heat with pixel art that stops you dead in your tracks. It's contra-fused with cyberpunk, dripping in neon lights and razor-sharp visuals that feel alive. The gameplay? Ruthless and razor-fast. Every second demands precision and nerves of steel. Enemies swarm like a storm, and you're always one hit away from game over. The standout moment, a heart-pounding boss fight on a roaring motorcycle, blasting a laser-packed truck while dodging drones. With multiple characters, 4 difficulty modes, and endless replay value, Neon Inferno isn't just a game, it's a pixel art masterpiece that's begging for your attention. The famous tactical RPG Demonschool from Necrosoft Games has been delayed to November 2. Originally set for release on September 2024, the developers decided to push the launch to add more content and fully realize their vision. While they were proud of the game in its current state, they felt they could offer more, and the extra time will allow them to make it even better. This game is inspired by Shin Megami Tensei and 1970s Italian horror. Demonschool follows Faye, a freshman investigating supernatural mysteries tied to her demon hunting lineage.
Another peaceful day in Bikini Bottom.
Today is gonna be the best day ever!
SpongeBob SquarePants, Titans of the Tide sails onto Switch 2 this November 18th and is looking like one of the wildest undersea adventures yet. When King Neptune and the Flying Dutchman clash, all of Bikini Bottom gets caught in a ghostly mess. SpongeBob and Patrick have to team up, mixing goofy charm with surprisingly epic boss fights across places like Neptune's Palace and Mount Bikini. Expect new abilities, co-op chaos and a frosty twist on classic jellyfish fields, all wrapped in that signature SpongeBob humor.
She told us that there's treasure deep in the jungle.
What are we waiting for?
Hello Kitty and Friends Freeze Tag Party brings a burst of Senrio magic to Switch this November 6th, blending fast-paced action with pure cuteness. You can play as a challenger running for safety or a hunter chasing everyone down, each with their own magical abilities. There are over 35 playable characters, 70 missions and tons of outfits to unlock. Whether you're playing solo or in split-screen co-op, it's packed with charm, creativity, and plenty of adorable chaos for fans of all ages. Dinkum is finally heading to Nintendo Switch, and this one's been a long time coming. Dropping November 5th, 2025 as a timed console exclusive, it's a survival life sim built around the Australian outback. You're not just farming and fishing here, you're hunting, crafting, ranching, and building up a town with up to 4 friends in co-op. The game's been cooking in development for 5 years, launched in early access back in 2022, and hit full release this April, already selling over 1.4 million copies with a glowing 92% Steam rating. Physical release lands January 30, 2026, bundled with a Battlegrounds costume set. R-Type Delta HD Boosted marks the long-awaited return of a PlayStation classic landing on Switch this November, the same date as Japan, which feels rare these days. Originally released in 1998, this remaster keeps the intense shmup action intact. While running at a smooth 60 FPS, you can toggle between fresh HD visuals or the gritty original look, and even switch to a newly arranged soundtrack. The story picks up in 264 as humanity faces chaos after the Bido's defeat, forcing the prototype R9 Delta into battle. With multiple difficulty settings and both digital and physical editions, this revival feels like a proper celebration of arcade history. Coming out this November, Morsels brings a top-down roguelite where you play as a mouse, navigating a world brimming with fantasy and madness. Created by Annapurna Interactive, this action-packed game centers around a mouse protagonist learning to transform into various creatures, or morsels, each with unique abilities. With a roster of swappable characters, you'll battle cat overlords and just confront enemies in unpredictable manners, making for endless strategy possibilities and a unique replayable experience. Biped 2 is rolling onto Switch this November 5th and is taking the adorable co-op chaos of the first game to a whole new level. This time, up to 4 players can team up, online or locally, to solve puzzles, tackle challenges, and explore vibrant alien worlds. You'll glide through skies, swing with grappling hooks, and customize your robot with hilarious hats. There's even a 2v2 mode for some friendly rivalry. It's charming, clever, and built for pure co-op fun, making it a perfect sequel for fans and newcomers alike. Bobble Sugar Dungeons is bouncing onto Switch this winter, bringing Bob back for a fresh dungeon crawling adventure. Explore ever-changing sweet dungeons, trap enemies in bubbles, and use your horns and spikes to burst them. Ride bubbles to reach high ledges, collect treasure, and level up Bob's abilities as you dive deeper into the dungeon's surprises. With classic bubble-blowing fun reimagined for a modern twist, this one promises nostalgic action mixed with new challenges and endless replayability for fans of the iconic series.
As always, I'll reach double your number. Wait, I sense something. Draw your sword!
Samurai Academy Paws of Fury lands on Switch this November 20, bringing fast-paced action, co-op fun, and colorful chaos to the island of Kakamucho. You'll team up with a duo of characters and their friends to fend off the Shogun and his army of cat warriors, defending villages and solving quirky puzzles along the way. With open-world exploration, arcade-style combat, and missions bursting with charm, it's a playful, action-packed adventure that's perfect for both solo players and two-player co-op. Developers just released a new trailer for it too.
This is my Mr. Harrow. Exactly like me. Indecisive, but noisy. A world-class procrastinator. The planet's on fire. But he's like, let me overthink this for 8 hours first. He pokes into everything.
Rue Valley lands on Switch this November 11th, serving up a narrative RPG that channels the spirit of Disco Elysium with a brighter, more comedic twist. Players craft their own personality traits while navigating a mysterious time loop, uncovering secrets, and engaging with a world rich in dialogue and character. The isometric perspective highlights every quirky, immersive detail, and the story thoughtfully explores mental health and personal growth. With collaborations aimed at meaningful conversations and self-reflection, Rue Valley promises a clever, introspective, and surprisingly heartfelt adventure for fans of story-driven RPGs.
And documentaries. This is my badass hero. He says what I wish I could say. He punches vending machines, tells people off, doesn't second guess, just goes. He's not
We are making a
unkind.
survival game called Winter Burrow, where you play as a mouse coming back to your childhood home after years in the big city. But when you arrive, things aren't the way you left them. The burrow's falling apart, your aunt is nowhere to be found, and outside, the forest is vast and a lot harsher than you remembered. But you are a very brave little mouse, and the more you explore, the more you'll uncover. Every journey outside is a balancing act between risk and reward, so be careful. Some trails lead to friendly faces and many goodies to gather, while others to dangers you'll need to prepare for. But every single journey will help you grow a little stronger. Grass fiber is a very handy material that can be spun into yarn. Curl up in the old armchair by the fire and spend an evening knitting a cozy sweater, and maybe a new hat too, not just for comfort or a new look, but also to protect against the harsh weather outside. While you explore, you'll find berries, nuts, and mushrooms to snack on. Once you repair the broken stove in your burrow, you'll be able to take your culinary creations to a new level.
I came to understand I was something called a baby. I could already tell I was far smarter than any baby was meant to be. But trapped in my stupid little body, I had no way to show them who I was inside.
My perfect little guy.
And then, the next time I blinked, I was free.
Please refrain from dying until your obligations are fulfilled.
We can only guess at even the next few seconds. But what if? What if there was a power that allowed you to predict how your actions would affect the world around you with perfect certainty? What if you could make as many predictions as you desired until you knew absolutely the path you must follow to achieve your goals? This is the world of Forestrike, an upcoming martial arts roguelite inspired by the legends of cinema, where every encounter is yours to control. Step into the role of you, a monastic warrior on a path to free the Emperor from the shackles of a powerful admiral's grip. The odds are against you, but you've trained in a secret technique, Foresight. Using Foresight, you play out each battle with zero consequences, as many times as you desire, allowing you to perfect your strategy before the actual fight ever happens. Combat in Forestrike is fluid, tactical, and most importantly, consistent. Whatever move you make.
The game is called GIGASWORD. It's an action puzzle Metroidvania in which you wield a huge sword that weighs you down.